In this video, we're going to review the DoqQ software. Hi, my name is Stratos and I create video tutorials about WordPress. Please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. As it says here, this is a tool that it can automate the tests to debug your web application. So this can work with a WordPress website, but it can also work with every other website or web application that you have. And it's not just the website has stopped working and it's not up. You can go and create some steps in order to check parts of your website. You want to check the contact form that is working correctly. You want to go and check the WooCommerce that can receive orders, and you want to check other things inside your website. So you can do that and automate that to do with DoqQ. At this moment, it's an AppSumo deal, so you can go and check the deal. This is for 60 days that you can test, and if you want, you can get your money back. And the differences in the tiers are the run steps per month, as you can see here. I will put the link in the description below, and as always, it's not an affiliate link. Now let's go to the dashboard, and this is the dashboard. Here we have the project, test runs, macro, profile, team, usage history, subscription, logout, and we have document feedback and help. On the top right corner, we have the profile, and let's start by creating a new project. I'm going to click the projects, or you can just click here in the dashboard and then create the project since it's empty. The project name will be the Astra website. Send me email notification. It has never, about failed test runs, or about any completed test run. I'm going to select the failed test run, and keep in mind that this is for the automate processing. It's not for what you go create and test yourself. So it's not for your test that you click the button to do it. It's for the ones that you have scheduled. Here we can add it also to Slack, so we will receive the notification into Slack. And here we can configure the default first step for all the scenarios that we can create inside. After that, we have the select browsers, and it says here Chrome. I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to create a new module. Now think the module that it's a group of scenarios that you can create. Execute one scenario and then execute the other and then execute the other, because there are maybe more steps into a test that you're going to do than what we're going to do now. So you have to cut that into pieces so you will know exactly what has failed every time. And here the name for that is contact form. And for me here, if I choose to select the contact form and test it, I can choose the contact form itself. So I will go into here, into the website that I want, and complete the contact form here, fill out the fields that I have, and then send message. This will test the contact form, and I will get the message that says it was completed successfully and we received the message. But I don't know if the website is actually sending the emails, because this is another process. It's not the part of the form. It's the SMTP connection that I have created and everything else. So if you want to do that as well, you have to create another scenario that will test the SMTP settings. And this is why we can have more than one scenarios inside a module. So after that, it says execute scenarios sequentially. So you will have the one scenario executed, then it will go to the next one. And if you are going to break the scenarios into steps, you have to choose the yes here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to select the no here. And this is the select browsers. Okay, save that. And now I'm going to create a scenario into the module. So the scenario is again test the contact form. Contact forms test. Okay, let's save that again for Chrome. And now we have the steps. So we can add steps, copy, import, execute, disable, and delete. And these are the steps that are going to do one by one in order to test that form that we want to do. We have add steps and execute as well here. So we can add whatever we want. Here we have the select type, so we can select that, and we have the go to URL, check path, find element, click element, no element, find input, type into, find text, and pause. And of course we have here use macro, which is basically something that you can create like a template and use it in different scenarios. Let's go to URL first, because we want to go into the URL in order to test the form. Let's copy the URL, let's go back and paste it here. Then we can add a next step, and it will go and do the next step that we have selected. Also, you can add steps here, and you can drag and drop it by clicking here and move it where you want to put that. So after that, we have to find the field that says name in order to put something. I'm going to click here the select that says find input, And after that, I'm going here to put, as you can see here, the inputs XPath, CSS selector, or label. You can use whatever you want from the code in order to identify which is this input field. Now I'm going to right click here. I'm going to select the inspection tools. Sorry for the Greek language. So I'm going to check here. And as it says here, this is the input and it has an ID, it has a class. It has the type is text. It has the name. It has the placeholder name. So you can have something in order to identify which is the one that you want. It should be unique for the whole form. So you can have like a placeholder name or the ID, which is unique as well. I'm going to copy the ID and let's go and paste that inside here. Once you use something from the HTML code, you have to use it in brackets. So let's put that and add the brackets here and add the step. After that, I'm going to select the type into. This is the step that you want to type into the input that find previously. So this is the test. So it will type test for the name. Let's go and check for the subject. Let's grab the ID and let's add here another step. I wish we had clone. I know that they will bring the clone and it will be easier in this scenario. So find input again. I'm going to paste that because all they're changing is the ID number here. So everything else is the same. Let's put that in bracket. Do not forget that. And here I'm going to add a step, type into, and then again test for the message. After that we have the email. Find input, and here I have to put here for the email again the ID. Okay, grab that and let's go back and put here this one. Again, brackets, add step, and here type into. And I'm not going to go for an email here. I'm going to leave it as a wrong one on purpose to get the error message and see how to identify that. Next one will be find input again, and this will be the text, the message. Let's go, click here, grab the ID. Let's go back here and let's go here. Add a step, and this will be again type into and test. And then we have the button. The button, let's click here, send message. I'm going to select here the title of the button because this is unique, send message. Let's go back and here is click element and find element. So I want to find the element and then click it. So I have to use find the element, send message. Now, since it's not the HTML code, it's not something from the code, I don't have to use brackets. I'm going to leave it as it is. And here add a step, and here it will be click element. So this is the process from the form. Now, in order to see if this works correctly, I have to get something as an answer here in order to see that it's going to work. Maybe you have a redirect here to a different page. Maybe you have a message that says that the form was completed successfully. Whatever you get as a successful message or a redirect, you can copy that and move it into your scenario. So this is a test. This is the email test@test.gr, test and send message. Let's see here. So it changes and it says thanks for contacting us. We will be with you in touch shortly. So I'm going to copy that. Let's go back, and here underneath that I'm going to add a step. And here if it redirects, then you can check a URL, or you can select here to find text, which will be this one. This means that the form is working successfully. So I'm going to execute now, and since I already know that the email that I put was wrong, I know that I'm going to get an error. But I did that in order to see which step was failing and how to identify the error. And as you can see, it says failed here. It will say failed on top and 12 steps. Here we have 12 steps. Okay, so we can now click the contact form test one as it says here. I will open up in a new tab, and as you can see here, it says passed for all the steps. And when it says failed, we have also something that we can click to view the screenshot of the error. So it says here, please enter a valid email address. So I know that I have put something that it's not correct for the email address. Let's close that. Let's go back to the scenario. And for the third one, test, this is the one, at test.gr. Now, I wish I could add here some other text to know which step is which, so I can know that this is the name of the form, this is the message, this is the email, this is the information, this is the button, so I could know everything at once what is what, but I don't have this option at this moment. Okay, let's execute that again, and this time we'll see that it will go and succeed. Now again, I will say it once more for the WordPress website. This is how it works. This means that the form is completed successfully. It doesn't mean that the administrator or the person that will is going to get the form actually going to get the message from the form. Maybe you have something wrong with your SMTP settings, or maybe something else is not working correctly, but the form is working correctly, as you can see here. It passes 100%. So if you want to check the SMTP, you can do that as well by creating a scenario, logging into the website, and then go into the SMTP and do the test and check what you have get. We're going to add another module, and we're going to test now the WooCommerce order. So we're going to add another module, which will be WooCommerce order. Let's click Save. Let's add a new scenario, and let's type this will be the name of the product. So let's go to the WooCommerce website. Let's go to the products, all products. And let's go for something like that. So let's go and view that. And I'm going to copy the name of the product. I want the name of the product because if you remove the product, then this scenario will not work. Let's save that, because the first thing that I'm going to do is add the URL of the product. So if the product becomes unavailable or you delete it, then you will not get a pass into the scenario. So the first one will go to URL, add a step, and then we need to have something like choose the aqua or blue or green or LED. In order to do that, we have to go and inspect. We have to go and select the aqua. So again, except for the model of the shoes, you have to also have the aqua. So it's not the best example, but we're going to use that. So this is the div for the switch, the class, but I want something like an ID. Let's click inside. Okay. Hopefully this is unique for the whole website. And let's click outside and let's select here to find the element. Find the element. Okay, let's put that in brackets. And then add a step. And click the element. So it will click that element once it found it. After that, I'm going to click here into the button, add to cart. So we have the class add to cart button. Type submit, add to cart. I can copy the text here. Let's go back and let's add a step. Find element. This is the element. And click element. Okay, add a step. Then we have to go into the checkout page. So add to cart, and then go into the checkout page. The checkout page will always be into the same URL. So this is the URL that we're going to go after that. Add a step, go to URL, this one. And here you can break the scenario into more steps if you want, into one module but more scenarios. So you can have the product that can be added inside the cart, and then you can go into the checkout page and do a different scenario, and you know for every scenario that you have an error, so this is the one. You can fix that and then go. It's easier to identify your errors if you break the big scenarios that you have. Let's go into the checkout, and here you have to fill out everything that it's with asterisk here, so we know that this is required. So the first name, let's inspect. And we have here the input, the first name. Add a step. This is the find input, this one, add a step, type into test, add a step. Next is again find input. The next one will be the last name. Add a step, type into again test, and here I have to put brackets, I forgot. So there are many things that can go wrong when you type something like that, and this is why you need to break into things. Also, I can see that this is empty, so I'm going to remove that. Underneath the add to cart and click element, you can go straight to the checkout, so delete that. Okay, add a step. Then we have the Greece, so we have to select something like Greece. And keep in mind that this can fail because at this moment it doesn't accept any other field if it's not an input field. So I think that this is not an input field and it cannot accept that. This is the field, the select field, and it cannot select something like that. Hopefully it will have like a region auto-selected because I have every region in this website that works. So it will select something and it doesn't matter what. Next will be the street address. So we are going for the input ID here. Add a step and then type into test. I'm going to add a step again. Find input. After that, we have the town. And type into. Find input. Let's go to the next one, which will be the zip code. Add step. Type into 11111. Add a step. Find input. Next one will be the phone. Add a step. Next one will be type into. Add a step, and then we have the email, so the last one for the input fields. I think the last one. Okay, this is the one. Add a step, and then put an email here. Type into test@test.gr. Let's put the brackets here. Okay, add the step. Let's see what it does next. After that, it goes straight here. It says shipping and total. We can choose if we want something different, like free shipping. In order to do that, we have to find the element that it says in here, the free element, the free shipping here cycle, and this is the input, so we can use that. And I'm going to choose that just to have it here. Of course, if you can choose to skip something, I should suggest skip something. It's easier. Okay, so find element, and then click it. And after that, let's see what happens once we're completed. Okay, so place order. This will redirect somewhere, but I cannot use the URL because the URL is unique for every order because it has here the order received. It has parts of the URL that I can check or the thank you text that I have here. Thank you, your order has been received. So I'm going to put that. Click element, I'm going to put here to find text, and the name of the text will be that. But in order to do that, I forgot to put the button that said order now. So I have to do that again. Sorry for that. Let's put something. Add to cart. Let's go to the checkout page. Okay, and the place order was the missing step. Place order, I'm going to copy the title of the button, the text on the button. So let's add the step. I'm going to put that in here. Find element. This is the element, place order, and then click element. And since it can take some seconds in order to go into the next page, let's add here a pause and let's add 3 seconds. Something like that. Let's execute that in order to see if it's working. And of course, now this will take a little bit longer than it took for the contact form. It has way more steps here. Let's see how many steps we have. We have 25 steps. We can also open here and see all the things that has passed already. So you can see that this is pending, but this has passed. I don't know if this reloads automatically, so you have to reload here, but we can see it right now. I haven't checked it before, so we are in the 12th step, and this is 48. Let's go here and see. This is 96, so it doesn't reload automatically. You have to reload yourself. Okay, 100% we have pending and passed, so it means that it's working correctly. I didn't do any mistakes here, and this is something that you can use in order to check also your WooCommerce store. And you can easily check other things even in your dashboard. So you can go and have it log in into the dashboard and check the steps from here, click it somewhere, and then test the SMTP if it's working, and have it check the confirmation text that you will get once the SMTP is working correctly. Keep in mind that personally, if I would select something like that in order to connect into my WordPress website, I would create another user just for have something separate to use with this software. What I'm going to do next is go and schedule the test. So we have here the scenarios. Let's go to the project. So we have here the project. I can click into the project and I can add a schedule inside the modules. So I can add the schedule that says here schedule. This will be for the whole project. If I want to schedule a single module different from the whole project, I can go into the modules that says here, module, and then select for the module to schedule. And then I can go into the scenario that I want and schedule the scenario. So this will be for the scenario, this will be for the whole module. The schedule is the same for everything that you choose. So if I want, I can choose that for every 7 days. Once a week it will be scheduled. Now the things I'm missing is more advanced settings, like what I want to do. If someone completes something, then I want to schedule something different, the hours that I want for that to be scheduled, and anything else. It will all come to the software. This is early days for the software, and it will be added with other features as well. There are things that I would like clone scenarios, like templates, import, export, anything else, and maybe a library into the website for those that they have WordPress website or Wix website or something like that, in order to import something and just change a few steps, not everything. So schedule, let's click schedule, and now I know that the module is scheduled. It doesn't say here schedule because this is the scenario. If you want the scenario, you have to click here and schedule. But if I go back into the projects and then into the modules, it will say here the module is every 7 days, what I chose. Here I can also choose to schedule something different. So for the WooCommerce order, schedule that for every day. And schedule. Now it says here directly because I chose from here and not the button. Okay, that was the video, guys. That was how the DoqQ works. I think that it's a great tool if you have something like a website and you want to make automation for the tests and have it run it and see if your website is working correctly. And if it doesn't, you will get an email that says this one failed, so you can go and fix it. So thanks for watching, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.